Hey guys, welcome to another video. My name is Ijeoma Formado and this is Strive Life with Ijeoma. And in today's video, I'm going to talk about the No-Fluff guide to easily managing your tasks. As a busy mom or a busy parent, you're married, we have kids, and you have a family to take care of, and then you're busy at work, and you probably also have like something that you're doing, your expressions, by the side and all that. Life can get really, really busy. And without an effective task management system, you would end up missing deadlines, living under pressure of being overwhelmed, and you don't need any of that, especially when there's an easy way to handle that. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to handle your tasks, okay? Usually, when it comes to life management at the Tribe HQ, we have what we call the epics, we have what we call the blockbusters, we have what we call the VIPs, we have what we call the task, and then we have what we call the recurrent and the routines. Those are the 6, and I'm not going to go into 6 of them. I'm just going to mention them briefly, but I won't go into them. The epics are growth gaps that you need to fix. I've talked about in one of our previous videos, which we're going to link here. I talked about the tribe gap assessment. When you do the tribe gap assessment and you identify a gap, the gap is going to be fixed as an epic. Now the second is blockbuster. Blockbuster is anything that you need to achieve that is a big goal for you. It's not necessarily a growth gap, but it's something that a buster, so a blockbuster. I when I talk about movies, it's something you need to achieve. Maybe there's a certification you need to write, a car you need to buy, or a vacation, that big vacation you want to go on. That's a blockbuster. It's a goal for you, so you put it in there. The third is VIP. VIP are those things that you do from month to month to keep yourself learning, to keep yourself fresh. It could be the books you need to read. It could be the courses you need to do. VIP is the things that you do. They are very important tasks because they might not be fixing growth gaps, but they are helping maintain you at a high level of knowledge. All right. Fourth one is tax, and which is we're going to go into. And tax are those things that you need to, errands there, all those things that you need to do to maintain life and keep life going, and they show up in different areas. Now the fifth one is recurrent. Recurrent are those things that you do weekly, and routines are the things that you do daily. But we're not going into that. In this video, I just want to teach you how to manage your task, okay? There are different kinds of tasks, and usually a task starts from what you do monthly. So what I'll say is open a book or your planner. Across a page spread, divide each of the page spreads into 2. So you now have 4 sections. And across the 4 sections, write week 1, week 2, week 3, and then week 4 to week 5. Okay? So that is for the monthly spread. Now turn to a new page, and then one of the spreads divide in have 3 sections, and 3 sections on top of the page spread you write quarterly, and under the 3 sections, for the section 1 you write M1, section 2 M2, section 3 M3. Right now you all go to another spread, and this time around you can have more than one spread, or depending on how you can create boxes depending on how big the book is. But I need a total of 12 boxes, so to speak, and for those boxes I need you to divide them into months, and on top of the boxes, on top of the spread, you're going to write yearly. So now I've talked about monthly, I've talked about quarterly, I've talked about yearly. Now the fourth one that you're going to do is called one-off, and that one-off, just leave it blank. Now this is what we're going to do. For you to manage your task, sit down and think about all the things that you have to do, that come to your mind, actually those things that are repeated. Even if they're not repeated, for example, you have to do monthly grocery shopping. On a fresh piece of paper, write down monthly grocery shopping, write down when you usually do it. Think about the task management system. I typically don't keep things in my mind, to be honest. I try to leave up my brain for creative stuff, so I might not. Let me just go to my planner and bring it out. Okay, so I have my monthly tax management system. For example, gifts. I try to buy gifts for my family, every month, but I do that in week 1. So I write it down. Buy gifts for hubby and the kids, week 1. So you write for yourself, what do you need to do monthly or at any point? Write down what you need to do. Write down the frequency for that thing. If it's something that you have to do quarterly, for example, I do a quarterly deep clean of my house. I write quarterly, and then I write when. I usually want to do it in a month, I want to do it, and the rest. The same thing I do yearly. There are things that only happen in January for me. There are things that only happen in March or in June. My family usually go for vacation or August. I write them down. So don't beat yourself over it. Don't try to remember everything. This is just for you to start. Just try and dump everything you can think of that are tasks. Then the tasks that don't need repetition, that are one-off. For example, like I always like to use the example, do you have an immunization coming up, or you have an appointment with somebody, write it down, and by the side you write one-off and write the actual date. Now this is where the arrangement comes in. Go back to the spread you created. Take the tasks that you build monthly and rewrote the particular week. Go to the monthly spread. look for the week column and put that task on the particular week. If it's a week 2 task, put it under the week 2 column. If it's a week 4 task, put it under the week 4. The ones that are quarterly, go to the quarterly spread. If it's supposed to happen in month 1, put it under month 1. If it's supposed to happen in month 3, put it under month 3. If it's the one that is yearly, what month is it supposed to happen in? Is it January or February? Write it. The ones that are one-off, just leave it on one-off. Now, this is what happens, and this is where it gets very sweet. When it's time for you to execute on it, when you get into your week or you get into your month, lift up the task for the month. Then go to the month, lift up the 4 tasks. Go to the quarter and tell yourself which are the tasks that are connected to this month. For example, if it's month 1 and October, for example, in quarter 4, lift it up, and then say, okay, now you're now going to try and make it more detailed. So which week do I want to achieve it in? You bring it into the month and say, okay, this particular, I'm going to achieve it in this week and that week. Then you go, so remember I talked about October, you go to October under yearly, lift all the tasks under October yearly. Then you go to one-off and look for those tasks that you have planned for October, lift it up. Then you have all your tasks together, and then you start to rearrange it according to your time frame. That's basically it. Effective task management system. And then after you define it according to the months, guess what? By the time you get into a week, you already have the task laid out for you. All you need to do is just assign the day you want to, and then you wake up today and you know what to do. You don't have to beat yourself, remember and carry things on your head. No, it's a really, really easy and effective way to manage your tasks. And the beautiful thing about this is I can actually do this more if you join any of our products or sign up for the Thrive Cycle that is starting in February. We can actually help you manage your tasks and do these things better. More about that later. So this is basically about the task management system. Is the easy, no fluff way to make sure that your tasks are well managed, and in the future anything you need to do, you can fill in the tasks and update, and just is a living document. You just update it on the go. Trust this help. All right, take care and have a wonderful day. Bye.